Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well, I have to say, my whole family, we're all fans watching you go on America's Got Talent. We were rooting for you, so it's so great to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your new album, Awakening. I've been listening to it, and I love how you sing some contemporary songs on there, including U2 and some more modern things. What did you want to do with this album?
My main goal with this album was kind of just to branch out from the opera to classical crossover area and just kind of see what I can do and experiment with my voice. And it was a lot of fun.
It seems like it was a lot of fun. Some of the other songs on here include Reigns of Castamere from Game of Thrones. And how did you pick what songs were going to be on?
Well, that was a combination. My mom, me, and my parents, and the record label, and we basically just found a bunch of songs. We're like, oh, this might sound good with her voice, and we listened to them, had me sing through them, and picked my favorites from that list.
Wow. Okay, now one of them is Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera, and this goes way back for you. Tell us how Phantom really kind of helped influence you from the very beginning.
Well, ever since I first saw it, it was the music and the way that they portrayed the roles and how they sang the music. It really just captivated me, and I fell in love with it instantly. And from that point forward, I always make sure to incorporate a Phantom song in one of my new albums or in my concert, just because it's so much fun for me to sing.
Well, and your voice does sound gorgeous for that part. Is that something maybe down the road you'd want to actually play that role on stage?
I would love to if I could.
Yeah, well, I could see you doing that. Unfortunately, you might be a little young for that, but in a couple years. Okay, so you've got, as I mentioned, U2, With or Without You. What's it like to translate a song that people know so well that's got a real rock, version, and then turn it into something with your beautiful voice?
It's really fun, actually, because it's kind of showing people different sides of a song that they didn't really know existed, and you can just make it your own and have fun with it, and hopefully people will see different kinds of genres that you can listen to. You can't just stick to the normal pop, and just kind of branch out to it.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be singing with the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. You've sung with before. What's that going to be like that's coming up in February?
Yeah, February 14th, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be singing some of my favorite songs from my album Awakening, and songs from the Silver Screen and Dream With Me, and it's just going to be so much fun.
And those are some of your other albums?
Yes.
So do you have some favorite songs from the concerts that you want to mention?
I really love performing With or Without You live. It's so much fun because I can just dance around the stage, and I also love singing Ave Maria because I really get into the music.
Oh, it's just such a beautiful song. What's it like when you have these orchestras behind you? I mean, your voice is incredible, but the power of that orchestra, what's that like, especially the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra at Heinz Hall?
It's pretty empowering, actually. It gives me this confidence where I just kind of want to get up there and show everyone what I have and give it my all, which I always do, but having an orchestra just makes it really fun and a full experience.
Kind of the energy of all those musicians.
Yeah.
And what's it like to be able to play in your hometown right here in Pittsburgh?
It's comfortable. I'm really happy that I can, because I know that there are a lot of people here that would like to see me, and it's comfortable. I'm happy.
And do you get nervous still?
Yes, all the time. I say that if you don't get nervous, then we don't really care anymore.
Wow, well, that's smart. What about training? I mean, I know when you went on America's Got Talent, had you had any training at that point?
Not necessarily. Until this day, I don't exactly take lessons. But I do every once in a while check in with a professional just to make sure my voice isn't getting into any bad habits, stuff like that.
Yeah. Wow. So this is really just all you. I mean, it's no one telling you how to sing. That's pretty amazing. All right. So speaking of training, what about school? What grade are you in now?
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade. And what's that like for you to try and balance a tour? I mean, you've got a list of cities all over the country with school.
It's kind of easy. It's a little difficult when you fall behind, but I still always catch up and sometimes get ahead even. I usually just tell the school that I'm going to be gone and for how long I'm gone, and then they'll give me the work ahead of time, and I'll just turn it in late.
And so you just fly off for a day or two and come back and just jump right back in?
Yes.
Wow. You say it's easy, but I'm sure it's not as easy as it seems. Is it a tough year academically? How's the year going?
It's going well. I am struggling with math a little bit, but who doesn't struggle with math?
Do you have a favorite subject?
I love English. It's my favorite. And science this year.
Oh,
which is
neat.
shocking because I usually don't.
You're not usually a fan of science?
Yeah.
Do you have a good teacher? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I have a lot of great teachers this year.
Oh, nice. And what about drawing? I hear that you're getting into drawing and painting.
Well, I've always loved drawing. My brother has loved drawing. Basically, everyone in my family loves it. And it's kind of just another fun, creative way to express yourself.
And speaking of your brother, tell everybody how old your siblings are now.
My older brother's 16, then there's me, 14, and then my little brother's 12, and my little sister is 11.
Okay, and Kimberly Gill went to your house and filmed you guys playing ping pong and doing fun stuff. What's it like at home? I mean, is it different at all than before America's Got Talent?
Not really. My home environment's still very supportive and comfortable and loving. So that part's never changed, and it'll always be that way, I know for sure.
And what do your sister and brothers think about all your fame?
I don't know what they think, actually. We don't really talk about it, but I do know that hearing me playing the piano or the violin or even singing gets annoying.
Annoying. Now, your brother sings with you, though, right?
Yeah. He used to.
Okay.
But we've recently discovered that the camera and stuff like that, stages are just not for him. He gets a little too nervous.
Okay, well, it's not for everyone. I mean, you are definitely a natural. It's a gift you were given, for sure. So what's it like as a teenager now, kind of going from a 10-year-old to a 14-year-old? Do you find that it's hard to change your image, or, how do you handle that?
It definitely is difficult to change my image because going to that preteen stage, there are a lot of more mature looks nowadays, and people are kind of forgetting that they're still kids. So it's kind of difficult to find preteen clothing that isn't too mature for me. And I was thinking of last year when I was 13. This year it's a little bit more easier because I'm a full-on teenager, but it's still a little difficult to find things that are not too mature.
Well, you seem like a great role model, and I know you've been chosen as a role model for so many things. Before we go, any experience that stands out over the last 4 years? I mean, you've met the president, Oprah, you've sung with Tony Bennett, you've traveled to Russia. Is there anything that is a great memory? The movie you were in with Robert Redford?
All of those are extremely great memories, but I had recently gone to Costa Rica right before Thanksgiving with my family, and that was a great experience. I got to swing on vines with lines, and it was just so much fun. I had a great time.
And this was just a family vacation, or was this for work?
It was partially work and then partially vacation.
Wow. Well, that sounds great. Well, congratulations, Jackie. It's so great to see you and have you here. And stay with us because we're going to take a quick break and be back with more with Jackie EVANCHO, including a classic holiday song, and we'll